Ja, im Januar war ich auf der NAMM Show und da sind mir zwei Sachen wirklich aufgefallen. Das ist Fano und Tone King. Ja, das sind wirklich Marken aus USA, aus Hollywood und so weiter. Und ich habe mir echt gedacht, wie geil, die Sachen müssen wir eigentlich nach Deutschland bringen. Und wir haben es echt geschafft, mit Jimmy zu sprechen und er bringt die Sachen für uns nach Deutschland. Wir haben hier auch Gitarren direkt geordert von Fano. Die könnt ihr sogar bei uns haben. Die werden wir nachher mal durchgehen. Und ich habe ja mal Johnny Lovingood geschnappt. Er ist Vice President für Fano und für Tone King. Und darüber werden wir jetzt mal sprechen. Hey Jimmy, not Johnny, I'm sorry.
Not Johnny.
Jimmy Lovingood.
Jimmy.
Yeah. Hey, okay.
And I just understood everything you said, right?
Yeah. I mean, you learned one German word last night. Like, it's the hammer.
The hammer.
The hammer.
The hammer. I learned that word, and all I got out of that was Jimmy. So that was good.
Okay. So Jimmy is the hammer. Fano is the hammer.
Fano is the hammer. Tone King is the hammer. It's all the hammer.
Okay. So you're like the vice president for Fano and for Tone King?
Yes. I'm vice president Premier Builders Guild, which Tone King and Fano is a part of.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you? So what's the story behind Fano guitars?
Well, Dennis became part of Premier Builders Guild in 2009, early 2010.
Yeah.
And the first time I got to see his guitars, you just look at the shapes, the designs, the classic vintage vibe to these things. And not only do they look old, they feel old. And I was blown away. And Michael is our founder, and I told Michael we've got to do something with these guys. I mean, that's just amazing guitars. So Dennis became part of Premier Builders Guild in 2010. Very successful since day one. We're now expanding, obviously, into Europe a little more, and session music is now going to have all these great guitars, and they're just the thing that makes them so special is every guitar is a one-off guitar. No two are alike. We offer so many tone woods, neck woods, fingerboards, inlays, pick guards, pickup configuration, knobs. And not only that, we have 4 different distress levels that we use. So no two guitars are ever alike, and that's what makes these so special. If you fall in love with that guitar, it's one of a kind, each one.
I mean, what I find very difficult in making new guitars and new shapes is that you have Les Paul shaping and you have the Fender shaping, and if you do a new guitar, it always looks like, I don't know. Yeah, it's not very common. I don't know why. Yeah. But you found some forms and some mixtures and some morphings which are really great. So I mean, they look old, but they are not original.
Right.
That's cool.
That is very cool. Dennis, I talking to Dennis about it when I first saw his guitars. I asked him, like, how did you come up with these shapes? Because they're
very unique.
Very unique. Yeah. Where he takes a couple of different classic kind of shapes and puts them together and then puts his own spin on it. So what comes out is you look at a guitar and goes, wow, that's kind of a classic Rickenbacker, Telly, whatever vibe to it. And that's really cool to be able to do that with the Fano twist.
But you still have the original vibe of an old guitar.
Yes.
Like would have been existed in the past.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that, again, that's the one part of the appeal of the Fano is not only the classic and vintage look, but the classic and vintage feel.
Yeah.
That's what makes them special.
Okay, also worum es geht bei Fano ist einfach, dass man Formen nimmt, die schon existieren. Ich meine, ihr wisst ja, es ist sehr, sehr schwer. Man hat die Les Paul-Form, die Strat-Form, man weiß, wie ein Rickenbacker aussieht, und sobald man neue Gitarren baut, ist es wirklich schwer, eine neue Form zu bauen, weil es sieht immer doof aus, es sieht immer komisch aus. Und man denkt immer so, irgendwie finde ich doch die Originale geiler. Und was die Jungs gemacht haben, die nehmen einfach Originalformen und mixen das in einer Art und Weise, dass es trotzdem cool ist. Das ist ziemlich schwer, aber es ist hier so gelungen. Ich habe die Sachen auf der NAMM-Show gesehen, wie gesagt, und habe mich echt gewundert, dass die Gitarren so cool sind. Ich meine, schaut euch das mal an. I mean, this is one of my favorite, because it looks like an original guitar, but the shape is new.
It's got definitely a classic feel that people will recognize.
Yeah, sure.
And this is one example of a lot of the different things we can do. Like, this is a clean finish Fano with TV Joan Powertron pickups, block inlays, binding, but yet you still, no matter what we do, front and back binding as well, but no matter what we do to it, whether we distress it, whether we put binding on, whether we trick it out with all these great options, it still has that classic vibe to it, and that's what makes it special.
Okay, so this is new all stock, but you offer rally guitars as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a clean.
Yeah. So this
Good
is
choice.
yeah. So this is the one I played before.
Right.
Or the Tone King amplifier. So we talk about that later. But this one is.
Same model as
Yeah.
we just looked at, but bull black in color, distressed. That was a clean one. Humbucker pickups instead of the
Sure.
Jones, so Lawler Imperials. Same, does have front and back binding. Trap inlays instead of block. Cream binding instead of white. So just another example of how many different things you can do with these guitars, but still have the vintage classic feel.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I heard some Fano guitars some years ago, and what I felt is they sounded extremely good. So the wood choice is extremely selected. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. So it really, for me, it sounds like a master build. Yeah.
It absolutely is. Every one of these are still hand built. You know, I mean, every one of them is. We have guys in the shop doing the sanding. It's every guitar is still handmade. So it's right there, handmade in Arroyo Grande, California. So it's right there. That's exactly what it is. And so, but you're absolutely right. There's so many different tone woods. Like this is a alder body, maple neck, rosewood board. We got one over here is a swamp ash, a mahogany back. We've got one of these is a mahogany body, and then so so many different tone woods to choose from.
But what I feel on that guitar, it's light.
Light.
It's light alder.
This has got to be like less than 7 pounds.
Yeah.
So.
And that's one trick about good guitars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Also die Gitarre ist wirklich sehr leicht, ist auch aus Erle, ja, und ich meine, wie ihr seht, sieht die Gitarre wirklich aus wie eine Gitarre, die es schon mal gegeben haben könnte. Das ist echt der absolute Knaller. Man denkt nicht, dass das irgendeine Form ist, die man nicht mag, sondern einfach nur sau cool. I mean, it's just cool. It's cool. All right, perfect. Okay, so the next thing we do is the Tone King amplifiers. Okay, so you have 3 different types here.
Okay, we want these 3 models. Yeah, we have the Sky King, the 20th anniversary, and the Falcon. And I'll go through each one.
Yeah.
So if you want to start with the Sky King, this is the newest model from Tone King. Tone King has always built his, Mark Bartel is our designer and builder. Tone King has always done PCB, so PC board amps.
Yeah.
These 2, we'll start with the Sky King, is the first in our hand-wired series. So the Sky King is very much in that deluxe kind of vintage vibe is what this is. 2-channel amp, reverb, tremolo, built-in Ironman attenuator, independent for each channel.
Yeah.
Mid-bite control on the lead channel, so you can really get some dirt out of this thing if you really want it. So very versatile amp. You can go right from bedroom volume to big gigs.
Absolutely. So we have 40 watts here.
40 watts, yes.
And 2 power attenuators each, one for each channel.
Independent, one for each channel. So you could set attenuator for each one. It's got a creamback speaker, Celestion creamback speaker, 6L6. I mean, it's just...
So I played that before, and the bass is very soft, and the treble is not harsh, and the sustain is insane. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, and it's very good for the bedroom.
Yeah. It's absolutely perfect for it. But yet you can go gig in a big venue with it too. And it's got some snap to it that as a player, you're just like, whoa. I mean, it really makes you want to just keep playing. You don't want to stop.
Also was wir hier haben, sind praktisch Verstärker von der Marke Tone King, und da geht es darum, dass praktisch Fender-Amps mit so ein paar Spezifikationen neu ausgestattet werden. Zum Beispiel haben wir hier so eine Art 57er Twin Deluxe, aber mit 2 Kanälen und vor allen Dingen auch mit dem Power Attenuator. Das heißt, man kann das Ding auch leise spielen. Ich habe das Ding vorhin gespielt über die schwarze, und es klingt wirklich der Hammer. Also der Amp klingt einfach obergeil. Also wir werden die Dinge auf jeden Fall auch bei uns haben, müsst ihr echt mal antesten. Okay, so next one, the 20 watt amplifier.
Okay, so this is the 20th anniversary Imperial. Obviously the name says a lot about it. This was the original amp Mark Bartel designed and built, the Imperial, 20 years ago, 1993. So we're celebrating the 20th anniversary model, another hand-wired series. So basically take our best-selling amp, the Imperial, put it in a hand-wired model, built-in Ironman attenuator in the back, and gave it a nice look with the logos and everything else on there with the real vintage kind of classic look to it. And that's what this is. The Imperial is very much in that tweed kind of family, vintage tweed.
Yeah.
So, but with the built-in attenuator, the mid-bite again on this one is as it has on the Sky King, It's just a classic amp.
Absolutely. Okay. So next one is the 12-watt amplifier.
The Falcon. Now the Falcon is very unique. It's a 1x10 combo, 12-watt. Again, built-in attenuator, Ironman attenuator, goes down to 0.36 dB. So almost inaudible. So talk about a true bedroom amp, this is it. You can barely hear it. It goes so low, but it's great. It has 3 unique voicings: lead, tweed, rhythm. It's very...
You can blend within the amplifier types.
Absolutely, and as you play it in the bedroom or very small gigs. Yeah.
Sure.
I wouldn't be playing Wembley Stadium with this thing, but you can play some bar gigs and stuff too. But it's just a very simple amp, 3 voicings, volume, tone, that's it.
Yeah.
So meant to be in the bedroom. This is the only one I know most wives would let in the bedroom because it not only sounds good, it's cool looking.
Okay. I mean, what I see on all 3 is that the design is so cool. I mean, it's pretty difficult to do new amp designs because you have all the Marshalls and the Fender amps and all the originals. But these here, I mean, this is looking like an old television a little bit.
It looks like an old 50s television set.
Yeah, sure.
I actually told him he should have put rabbit ears on it. You remember the old antennas? I know I'm aging myself there, but it'd be funny. But yeah, it absolutely is all classic looks to these things. They're not only sound great, they look great. So.
Absolutely. Very, very cool. Okay, man. That's it.
That's it.
I mean,
it's good stuff.
Fano, yeah, very good stuff. I mean, I'm very impressed. I like all the things you do. I think we'll push it forward in Germany. I mean, have you been to Germany before?
Last year for the Mesa show, but we didn't display. This is our first time doing this.
So that's your first display here.
I love it. It's great.
So what do you love in Germany most?
The beer. Wait a minute.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy.
Bye, buddy.
It was my pleasure.
I too.
Say hello.
All right.